Hey, hello, little car vlog update. While I wait for my friend. One, check out my freaking cup with all my off-campus stuff and all my bookish things, and that's Hercules reading a book. Like, I love it. So I just got done at the gym. Well, let me back up. I spent the night in the animal shelter last night as part of a fundraiser. You like do a sleepover with a pet there, and it's to help, give you a sense of like what they go through being in the shelter and try and get them out of the shelter. And so like I was live Facebook posting that all night. And then I did not sleep very well, obviously. I think we slept 3.5 hours maybe. Yeah, I just know I was snoring really loud and like people heard it, and I really don't care because I was literally sleeping on a concrete floor, like so flat that I couldn't breathe. But like my snoring's getting really bad. But I did that, and then they let us out at like 7:45. So I zipped to the gym, was there until 9-ish. And then, well, a little after 9 because I did the hydro massage, which is all part of my cosplay journey, like wanting to be more muscular for my Wonder Woman cosplays and such. And then I went to Dollar Tree because I'm crafting for 2 reasons. One, I want my mermaid costume because I've done a mermaid pretty much every year. I think I've done a mermaid every single year. Except maybe like one. I used to do a mermaid and a fairy every year, but I think I've done a mermaid every single year. But I wanted to make like more of a set design for the mermaid. But my niece's birthday party this year is Hawaiian themed. So I'm making some like coral reef things out of like pool noodles and poster board and different things like that. So I got all that stuff at the Dollar Tree. And now I'm gonna go walk around Home Goods and Michael's to get the last couple things I need. And yeah, just to peruse crafty things. So I may also go to Home Depot later, but I wanted to pop in, let y'all know what's going on. I am still working on Poison Ivy. Right now the focus is Poison Ivy, and then my retro like mod 60s alien. I could not find the costume. I forgot it's out at my grandma's house, so I will have to get that at some point. But yeah, I am super tired, but I'm riding the adrenaline wave. And yeah, so I'm gonna go peruse the Home Goods, see if there's any code orange out, and touch base with y'all in a bit. So Home Goods was a bust in terms of Halloween decorations, but Michael's was not. They had this amazing display out already for their Halloween like little village town thing that they do every year. I'm obsessed with the roller rink. I love all these cool little houses, the little seance services I really, really want, but my lord, are they expensive. This is something that falls in my category of like, if I win the lottery, I won't tell anyone, but there will be signs because I will have all of these in my home. But then they also have their Zodiac collection out. I think it's called like Touch by Magic, and I did get a couple things from that. So back to cosplay things. It is time to finally do my Poison Ivy wig. I finally got a plan for how I wanted to do this and got her all blocked on my wig head. So the first thing I'm doing is detangling because I love this wig. It's one of my absolute favorites, but it's also one of my most worn, so she gets quite tangly. So I did detangle and use my wig milk spray that I used on the Abby Bumble wig to detangle her, and it worked really well. So what I wanted to do for the style, I knew I wanted space buns. There was no vision in my mind of doing this Poison Ivy without space buns. So I kind of was messing with it, trying to decide how I wanted to pull the front pieces back, if I just wanted to twist them back or if I wanted to braid them. So I decided on a braid going back from the hairline to about the middle of the head. I am in no way a fast braider, so I sped this up for you guys, but I just did a little French braid. If you are a better braider than I, you could definitely do something more intricate. You could do like a fishtail, you could do, what is it, like the Dutch braid where you pull more hair in as you go. Um, Whatever the case may be, I did a little French braid all the way back, just this little piece of hair, and then I started fanning it out so it was nice and thick because I did not want this to be like a tight little peekaboo braid. I wanted this to be like right on the top of the scalp where you could see it. So I did that of one side, and then I kind of had to figure out how I was going to make this space bun because I did not want all the hair to go up. I just wanted it to be like a half up, half down, and luckily this wig is most certainly dense enough to do that. So I had to find my center part and just kind of pull it up. And really, I wasn't super worried about this bun looking perfect. I didn't need it real tight or polished because I want this to look a little bit like Poison Ivy post Arkham. Like, she's not super, super well kept. I mean, she still slays, but I wanted it to be a little bit more like she's already done some bad things. She's already been through some things. So messy buns just felt correct for me. So I just worked all this hair up. Really, the whole thing was just finding the right parting, especially in the back, and getting out any tangles from the top parts and the bottom parts so that it laid correctly. Once I got everything separated where I wanted, it was just about securing it. So I took a little elastic and pulled both the braid and that hair from the bun into this kind of pigtail. And then I just checked my lace in the front, made sure it was still attached to the block, which it was, and then it was time to make the bun. Now, the bun took on several iterations while doing this. My first thing that I tried was just folding it over in half, which kind of seemed to work the best. So I just did it like I do my normal messy buns. I folded the hair in half and then half again around the elastic. And then I played with the braid a little bit and decided I was going to take out that long kind of tail part at the end, leaving the part from the scalp up. But the rest I untangled, or I should say unbraided, and then laid over top of the bun just to give it more fullness. And pulled some of that back and in. A lot of this is just trial and error, so it's a lot of just playing with hair, adding elastics to make everything a little bit tighter, which you see me doing here. I just pulled another elastic over to hold that new piece of hair in and then kind of fluff the bun out. And then it's just bobby pin central. It's just picking the pieces you want connected, you want to hold down, see if there's any holes in the bun that you need to fill, kind of move hair around with, and deciding how voluminous you want it. So a lot of fluffing, primping, picking out little pieces here and there. Just however you want it to look until it looks good. To add a little something extra to the buns, I did take these old hair ties I had and just glued on those same ivy leaves that are on the corset and put that around the bun. It helps not only secure the hair in place, but it also just gives it that full ivy look. She is never without a hair accessory, and having more ivy on this costume is just going to make it better. So I still have to make my gauntlets and boot covers, but I knew my hair was going to be perfect. And just to zhuzh her up a little bit more, because I felt like the hair ties were good, but we could have had more ivy. I did add just a few pieces in behind the hair tie. So I just took some of the leaves that I cut off that had a little bit more of a stem and actually stuck them into the weave of the hair tie I had, because it was like one of those, not the popcorn shirts, but kind of the popcorn shirts texture that had little holes. So I just added a second layer so that it would be more full and cover up some of those little spots. Like you can see here, there's a little bit of pink peeking through from the one hair tie because I only had one green one. Hello. So, don't mind me. Let me get down here so you guys can see. We have boot covers and sleeves for Poison Ivy. So my grandma and I made these today out of all this fabric that I got. I ordered this from Fabric Wholesale Direct. They sent me way more than I ordered, so I have a ton left. But we did these boot covers. They go right over my big chunky black boots that I'm going to be wearing for this. And then we seamed them right up the middle. It makes them look very like retro go-go boots, and I very much like them. And then we just did these sleeves. So now it's time to ivy them. I am going to do, I think I'm going to just do Ivy right down this front seam and maybe around the top. I've seen a couple different versions of her boots that have no Ivy. I have seen them where they're just like super green and go-go-y. That's like her first edition. I don't really know what her boots look like when she's Uma Thurman, but there's another picture where they're full Ivy. So I think I'm just going to go up the seams to make sure I have enough for the gauntlets. But I have to find something to push my hot glue through the tube because it's at that weird stage where the hot glue is only like halfway through the chamber and the pushy thing is too far up. So we are going to do that, and then hopefully this will be done. Fingers crossed. I might run out of glue though, so we'll see. Okay, here is one boot cover. I covered the whole seam in Ivy. So one boot cover done. I've been using a colored pencil, but I think I am almost out of glue. So I think this is where I'll stop for today, or I'll finish my glue and then I'll check in with you guys once I finish the next step. I actually got the second boot cover done. Thank goodness. I've been shoving this in here to push the glue out. I have no idea how much I have left. I definitely don't have enough to do the full gauntlets. I have plenty of leaves, but not enough for the gauntlets. Not enough glue. So, not done yet. I did it. I finally finished the Poison Ivy gauntlets. The cosplay is done. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so sick of looking at these leaves. I have so many left over. Boot covers done, gauntlets done, hair done. I can film this look. Thank you, God. I usually don't get sick of cosplays, but I'm sick of this one. I'm ready to film it and be done and move on with my life. So yeah, I could not leaf the whole gauntlet because the glue I had to switch to is this liquid tacky glue. It soaks through the fabric a little bit and kind of glues it together, but it's not very flexible like hot glue. So if I did the whole thing, the gauntlets would be too small for my arms. So it's done. We're done. Whew. So yeah, I'm gonna film this eventually. Not right now. Right now I'm gonna go bed. But I'll film this sometime this week, and then we'll be on to something new and exciting. Yay!